Hey guys, so welcome to my channel. This video I'm going to show you how to guys change a little tab in a Peterbilt 2014 Peterbilt semi, the horn tab. So I can show you what it looks like and how to change it. So alright, let's get some tools and get to work. Alright, so here we are. Here's the steering wheel. Just stuck the steering wheel. So, alright, let's get to it. Just put the camera where we can get a good shot. Right there. Okay. So, what you gotta do is just, if you have a door panel pry bar, you can use those. If not, you can just grab it with your fingers from the top and pull it, and that should pop right out. See, really easy. So next, so this is 1-inch socket right here. So all you're gonna need is the 1-inch socket, Phillips screwdriver, and a puller. So here's the 1-inch socket, the ratchet, Phillips screwdriver, and a 9/16 socket as well. And this bad boy. So what I did, so I don't make it so long, I checked the fuse is good. So I'm gonna check the tab, horn tab, and go from there. So you can also remove this so you can get it out of the way. It just goes in there. It's very easy. So 1 inch. I'm gonna need to hold the steering wheel so you can pick it loose. It'll take. As you can see. So here's the nut. So you can only go one way, so you don't really mess it up. Then I'm gonna grab the puller. One thing, you do gotta find the thread pattern for the bolts. It might be metric, standard, so you gotta find the right thread for it. So let's see, let's try that. That's it. Okay, get some washers. Should be simple. So you want to do it right as well. You don't want a little project become a big project. So this bolts right here, the ones for the puller, you want to have them in there tight. You don't want to have them like just barely grabbing and mess up the threads. Then you might end up buying a new steering wheel. So a little belt can become a big belt. So I usually tie them down just so I don't mess the threads for the next guy. So you're gonna tie in there. One thing, you want to have this puller measures right in the shaft, power steering shaft. So start tying it down so you can break it loose. So should be loose. Here's the bolt screw puller. And I'll show you what the tab looks like. And if you're gonna change the steering wheel, you gotta make sure you got the right spline steering wheel for the shaft, you know. You don't want to, just because they go in there, that's the right side. So you got to measure the splines. You got the same spline pattern, the steering wheel and the shaft. So there you go, they are. And what I usually do, even though I'm gonna take it out and stuff like that, I'm gonna reuse it the same. So I usually just mark it, just so I don't have to, so I'm not off, you know. So mark it down, pull it out of the way. Then 2 little screws, the Phillips screws right here. So let me show you where they're Phillips. Right there. So 1, 2. That's it. For some reason, the camera stopped recording. So let's see. So take those 2 screws out, and this is the tab right here, the new one. So take those screws out. One of them has a little wire, so you gotta make sure that wire stays on there, it doesn't go back there, otherwise you're gonna have to pop this cover off. It has some screws in here, screws over here. I have to pop it off if the wire goes down there. So as you can see, this tab is all bent. This one is broke off, so this thing's garbage. Also, one thing, if you do want to inspect the back of the steering wheel, this ring right here, because that's where it makes the contact for the horn. So you want to make sure it's not peeling or falling apart. So if it's good, then that's good. Otherwise, you might have to replace the ring as well. So here's the new tab, and you gotta make sure these ones, they go facing up. If you put it like that, it's not gonna make contact. It's not gonna make contact with the ring, so it's not gonna work. So put this little baby screws back in place so the chingadera can stay there. So here's the other one. That's it. And since this one's good, that's good. So let's see, put it back in place. I brought my mark in there so I'm not messed up. Okay, put it line up. Better line up. Then the nut. And this nut, the spec torques for this one is about 50 foot-pounds. So I'm just gonna tighten it down a little bit, snug it. I'm gonna drive the truck just to make sure it's straight, even though I mark it down. But I like to just double check, so make sure I don't get a complaint from the driver. They're like, oh, my steering wheel's off. So I'm gonna snug it, then I drive it and make sure it's straight. If it's straight, then I just torque it down, and that should be it. So this thing, you can, you know, it goes one way, so it has a little notches right here, so you can't mess it up. As you can see, the horn now works. So there you go. So put the cover, make sure to slide the bottom piece in first, then just tap it and then go in place. So like I say, I'm gonna drive it for a little bit, make sure it's straight, then if it's straight I torque it down, and that's about it. So if you like this video, give it a like, thumbs up, subscribe, and don't forget to share, and we'll see you into the next one. All right.